If you're a fan of vampire movies with a heavy dose of action, you're probably going to enjoy Day Shift. Netflix's new movie stars Jamie Foxx as Bud Jablonski, a working-class family man who is apparently earning a living as a pool cleaner to raise the money needed for his daughter's education. As we quickly discover at the start of the movie, he isn't a pool cleaner at all. After laying waste to a little old lady who turns out to be a vampire, his real profession is revealed. Bud is a vampire hunter. Here are the big questions from the Day Shift ending explained. Warning, spoilers ahead. Determined to avenge her daughter's death, ancient Uber vampire Audrey puts Bud in a corner when she abducts his daughter and wife. With the help of his newfound allies, Seth and Heather, Bud battles an entire army of vampires to save his family from the evil vamp. Snoop Dogg's Big John also comes to his rescue and uses a secret weapon to single-handedly kill several vampires in one go. In Day Shift's closing moments, a white-knuckled showdown ensues between Bud and Audrey. While Audrey clearly has the upper hand over him, Bud manages to outwit her using the oldest trick in his vampire hunting book. All ends well when Bud gets his family back and acquires enough vampire fangs to keep his family afloat. Seth, previously hired by the Union to spy on Bud, also takes Bud's side and proves that he was well within his rights when he took on Audrey and her vampire army. Before the credits start rolling, Big John pops out of a sewer, which shows that he is alive even though it looked like he had sacrificed his life earlier in the Day Shift. How Seth survives being decapitated. When Bud finds out Audrey has turned Seth into a vampire, his hunting instincts kick in. As soon as Seth gives into his hunger for human blood, Bud shows no qualms about decapitating him since it is one of the few ways vampires can be killed in Day Shift's universe. However, to Bud's surprise, Seth does not die and attaches his decapitated head back to his body. Seth's survival even after being decapitated is most likely because he was converted into a vampire by Audrey. Since Audrey is a powerful Uber vampire who cannot be killed by decapitation alone, Seth, too, acquires her abilities and becomes almost immortal. Audrey's motives for having vampire-killing bullets explained. Bud and Seth find vampire-killing bullets in Audrey's storage, which is surprising since she is a vampire leader herself. While the true motives of the Day Shift character remain shrouded in mystery, an early scene hints that Audrey is striving for world domination and is gradually acquiring properties all over the San Fernando Valley to relocate vampires in the human world. Her plan does not come to fruition since Bud kills her long before she can execute it, but she was probably keeping vampire-killing bullets handy because her end goal was to snag the 700-year-old vampire Aljeef's throne as the ruler of Los Angeles underbelly. How Bud defeats Audrey in Day Shift. Day Shift's opening scene shows that Bud always has a thin silver wire at his disposal. Before going head-to-head with vampires, he attaches the silver wire to doorways and then waits for the right opportunity to entice them into decapitating themselves against the silver wire. Since the movie stays true to many elements of classic vampire lore from Dracula, the silver in the wire proves fatal for most vampires, and Bud's little trick always works. It takes wood through the heart and a silver to the neck to kill an Uber vampire like Audrey, and that is why Bud only lures Audrey to his silver wire after his wife stabs her with a wooden rod. As always, his strategy works out exactly as he had planned and effectively kills even a seemingly indestructible vamp like Audrey. How Big John survives Day Shift's ending. To ensure Bud saves his family, Big John shuts himself in with Audrey's vampire army and tries to fight them all on his own. When he runs out of ammunition, he opens up his jacket to reveal a bomb-like weapon. Moments later, Bud hears a loud flash and assumes Big John gave his life to save the rest of them. While Day Shift never reveals how he survived, it seems like instead of using a regular bomb that would destroy him along with the rest of the vampires, he uses a UV bomb to kill the sun-allergic vampires. This explains why there's a bright flash all over the cave when he triggers his bomb and wipes out all the vampires. Day Shift is a raucous, over-the-top vampire flick that goes for the jugular. There's nothing subtle about it. The comedy hits hard and the vampire hunters hit harder as Jamie Foxx, Dave Franco, and Snoop Dogg tear their way through La. The fight scenes are just crazy, pitting our heroes against an army of undead vamps with only a handful of bullets and some homemade silver-plated piano wire. Oh, and Snoop Dogg's colossal chain gun, of course, gruesome, right from the very first scene. Day Shift erupts into a no-holds-barred romp through vampire cliches that feels like From Dusk Till Dawn on steroids. Throw in a few new twists and you've got Day Shift, a fast-paced action comedy with plenty of bite.